Mukaona zimai ya kulila mumamva bwa akamuchotsa chibelekelo mumamva bwa sonsezi zapeweka kati tisi mtachina chake lamula la uchembele liulikire.
Welcome on our today's discussion. This is Freedom and Choices, produced by CSJ, Center for Solutions Journalism. In the studio with me, Fanny David, with my guests here, Kettie Maganga and Carrim Mpaweni. Today we are talking about family planning. Please stay tuned. Okay, feel free. So, first of all, before I go on, what comes in your mind when you are talking about family planning? What is family planning?
Well, family planning is basically allowing families or couples to have a choice of how many children they would want to have when they're married, the spacing of the children, and even how to manage their families. This should also help, this will really help the families in providing for them, taking care of the family, the well-being of the family, healthy-wise, and how good they will do as time goes on.
Okay. What challenges are family facing right now? Okay, when they don't plan, when they don't have a family planning, what challenges do you think they?
Okay. Yeah. No, mostly it shall mean that the families will start having children willy-nilly, because there is no proper planning. The families are likely to have a bigger number of children. Yeah, and when they do, they come to the point of having that bigger number of children. Obviously, there will be some sort of pressure on the parents on how to take care of the children, because the more children they have, the more responsible they become to send the children to school when they reach at that age, to feed them. That's another challenge. That's another challenge. To dress them, that's another challenge. So, without family planning, families are prone to facing this kind of challenges. There is always pressure, economic pressure, because the more the family has a bigger number of children, plus the parents, it means that they have to source enough food to feed the kids. They have to source enough money for the basic needs of the family in general. So pressures are over, even health-wise, yeah, because the family is extended. You expect that maybe the food is not enough, and you come to the issues of malnutrition on the part of the children because the food is not enough. Maybe they can't afford those meals that are required per day. Yeah. So you come to find that maybe the families are facing a number of diseases on the part of children and even on the parents too. Yeah.
So do you have to say anything about?
Yes, just to add on to what Carrim has said, when we don't if the families are not planning properly, they should also get prepared to face healthy problems, mostly to women. Women are prone to have healthy problems. They'll be weak. For a woman to be healthy, to have children, to have healthy children and herself to be healthy, she needs to consider the spacing of the children. The body needs to recover fully before she has another child. She gets to have another child. So in this sense, if a mother is not planning, or if the family is not planning, the lady is prone to have so many diseases. Her body, or even will also have maternal death. There will be so many maternal death. Women will be losing so many women when it comes to childbearing. So this is also important for women to plan as their family is going on.
Okay, so what are the main sources of challenges the families are facing right now?
I would say, first of all, lack of knowledge. Mostly, people just get into marriage without considering the important points to discuss, as in the planning itself. If they're not planning, they will have so many problems, as we said, right? Now, this planning itself, like for a person to plan, that means the person has enough knowledge. There's a need of people to have enough knowledge to understand what comes after that marriage. If one has two kids, what is the family going to first in future? How much would they be able to provide? Are they able to take care of 4 more children, or just 2, or maybe just 1? The things that they need to consider. Yeah.
And another one is maybe lack of access to this kind of lack of access to healthcare. Okay, there might be some families out there, maybe who wanted to be part of family planning methods, but maybe because those services are not adequate and are not supplied to them, they have no choice. They end up maybe having a bigger number of children in the family. So, and Kettie pointed out about lack of knowledge.
Yes.
Lack of knowledge, yes. Lack of knowledge may be because of maybe the authorities are not doing enough to sensitize the people about family planning.
Yeah.
Not that the people don't know merely as that, but because for the general public to know about family planning, some of them need to be sensitized. So if there is lack of knowledge, that means somewhere, somehow, there is a lack of sensitization. Yeah. That is on top of what I said, that maybe again the issue of adequate health care supply to the families. When we talk of supply of health care services to the families, mostly the people that are vulnerable are those in the rural areas. For those that are in the urban, they are maybe very close to some of these services, but you find that the rural masses have got difficulties to access, even if they hear about family planning on radio or they come across it on social media, but they need to access them. They are finding it hard.
Yeah.
So you find that they end up having many children in the family, not out of their choice, but because the services are not adequate to them.
Okay, I would also want to add on that. There are so many myths going on around out there. When it comes to healthy services, there's some culture and religions that don't allow the people to access healthy services. Those are some of the challenges that people face out there. If they're being prevented from getting those accessing those healthy services, they're prone to have difficulties in their families. Yes.
All right. So, what are the consequences? So, what are the consequences of having many children in the family?
Simply a poor country.
What else? Because there must be something else.
Poor country.
All right.
Unhealthy children. Maternal death. There are so many things you would think of when you start going deep into it. But just to highlight, when we talk about poor country, you consider, as we were talking just a few steps back, right? We consider knowing how many children we would want to have depending on our capability, how capable we are of taking care of these children, right? So if we're just giving birth anyhow, if we're just having so many children and we don't consider those things, we will have a poor country. There's a need for change when it comes to our thinking, when it comes to childbearing. At the very same time, we were talking about health. We talked about maternal death. If we don't consider child planning, there'll be so many maternal deaths, that is. There's so many things. To my side, that's just some of